Refrigeration is a common practice to keep food fresh. But did you know that some foods actually go bad faster when stored in the fridge? That's right. Keeping certain foods in cold temperatures can ruin their taste, texture, and even reduce their nutritional value. Hi everyone, and welcome back to another video. Today, we're going to reveal 21 foods that should never be refrigerated. From tomatoes, honey, and bread to chocolate, peanut butter, and onions, some of these will definitely surprise you. So, make sure to watch till the end to see if you've been making these storage mistakes. Let's get started. Let's start with a common mistake. Many people think storing tomatoes in the fridge keeps them fresh, but cold temperatures actually ruin their texture and flavor. Refrigeration breaks down the cell structure, making tomatoes mealy and dull in taste. How to store them? Instead of putting them in the fridge, keep them on the counter at room temperature. If you want them to ripen faster, place them in a paper bag. Bonus tip: never store tomatoes near bananas or apples. These fruits release ethylene gas, which speeds up ripening. Uncut melons lose their natural sweetness and juiciness when stored in the fridge. The cold breaks down their natural sugars, making them taste bland. How to store them? Keep whole melons at room temperature until you cut them. Once sliced, store them in an airtight container in the fridge for 3 to 4 days. Did you know that refrigerating potatoes turns their starch into sugar? This process makes them oddly sweet and changes their texture when cooked. How to store them? Keep potatoes in a cool, dark place like a pantry. A paper bag or a basket is perfect for maintaining freshness. Bananas are tropical fruits, so they don't do well in cold temperatures. Storing them in the fridge turns their skin black and slows down the ripening process. How to store them? Keep bananas at room temperature. If they ripen too quickly, separate them from the bunch or wrap the stem with plastic wrap. Refrigerating onions makes them soft and moldy because they absorb too much moisture. How to store them? Onions should be kept in a cool, well-ventilated place, but make sure they're stored separately from potatoes as they cause each other to spoil faster. Garlic stored in the fridge sprouts faster and can develop mold from the moisture. Garlic bulbs last longer when stored in a dry, dark place with good air circulation. A common mistake is refrigerating bread to keep it from going stale. However, cold temperatures actually make bread dry and hard faster. For short-term storage, keep bread in an airtight container at room temperature. If you need to store it longer, freeze it instead. Honey has a never-ending shelf life if stored correctly. However, refrigerating it causes crystallization, making it thick and grainy. How to store it? Keep honey in a sealed jar at room temperature. If it crystallizes, warm it slightly to return it to liquid form. Cold temperatures affect the flavor and texture of chocolate. It also absorbs odors from other foods in the fridge. How to store it? Store chocolate in a cool, dry place away from direct sunlight. If you hate spreading rock-hard butter, you're not alone. Butter is safe to keep at room temperature for a few days if stored in a covered dish. For long-term storage, keep it in the fridge, but take out small portions to soften as needed. This herb wilts and turns black in the fridge. Keep basil in a glass of water, like fresh flowers, at room temperature. Coffee absorbs moisture and odors in the fridge, ruining its flavor. Keep coffee beans in an airtight container in the pantry. Refrigerating peaches stops them from ripening and makes them grainy. How to store them? Let them ripen at room temperature, then refrigerate if necessary. Most hot sauces contain vinegar and preservatives, so refrigeration isn't needed. How to store it? Keep it in the pantry for the best flavor. Oils become thick and cloudy in the fridge. How to store them? Store oils in a dark, cool cabinet, except for nut-based oils, which should be refrigerated. Mature white wines like Chardonnay taste better at slightly warmer temperatures. How to store it? A wine fridge set to 50 to 55 degrees Fahrenheit, 10 to 30 degrees, is ideal. Lemons, oranges, and limes lose their juiciness in the fridge. How to store them? Keep them in a fruit basket at room temperature. Cakes without frosting dry out faster in the fridge. How to store them? Keep cakes in an airtight container at room temperature for up to 3 days. Cold temperatures make cucumbers watery and pitted. How to store them? Keep them at room temperature, wrapped in plastic if needed. Aged cheeses. Hard cheeses like cheddar and Gouda taste better when stored outside the fridge. How to store them? Wrap them in parchment paper and keep them in a cool place. Peanut butter. Refrigerating peanut butter makes it too hard to spread. How to store it. Keep it in a cupboard for a smooth texture. Are you guilty of refrigerating any of these foods? Let us know in the comments. If you found this video helpful, like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more food tips and hacks.